Good morning, students. Now, today we will be reading the next feature of democracy, that is rule of law and respect for rights. This is the next feature of democracy, and in this we are going to read the story of Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe, a small country in Africa, which got independence in 1980. These are generally one-mark questions which are frequently asked. The year in which Zimbabwe got independence. Next, the party which had fought for the independence, Zimbabwe African National Union Patriotic Front. That is generally the short form is asked, ZANU-PF. This is the short form of this political party. And the leader was Robert Mugabe. First he became prime minister, then he became president. So now the problem starts. After becoming president, he had amended or changed the constitution many times, and the whole aim was to make himself more powerful. That means all the decision he will be taking, but he will not be accountable. He is not responsible if anything goes wrong. That means no one can question him that why you have done this. So he made himself more powerful and least accountable. He was not having any accountability. That means जिम्मेदारी उसकी नहीं और power उसके. Next, control over media. That was the next wrong thing which was happening there. The media, newspaper or news channel, etc., all were under the control of government. That means they were writing all the good things about government and bad thing, etc., about the opposition party. So media was totally under the control of president or the government. There was one rule that no one can criticize the president. People were not having right to criticize president. Neither media nor judges, even the judiciary was totally under the control of president. The protest against government was declared illegal. That means if anyone is protesting, any strike, hartal is there, that means it was illegal. No one can do so. Clear? Okay, now the definition of democracy, proper definition of democracy will be: democracy is a form of government in which, first point, rulers elected by the people take all the major decisions. This was the first feature of democracy which we have read, and in that there was the story of Pakistan, that elected people should take all the major decisions, the first feature. Now second, election offer a choice and opportunity to the people to change the current rulers. People should have a choice and opportunity to change the rulers. In this feature we have read the story of China and Mexico. In China and Mexico, people were not able to change the rulers. Next, the choice and opportunity is available to all the people on an equal basis. One person, one vote, one value. In which we have read about the story of Fiji, Estonia and Saudi Arabia. Only a short story of one sentence, two sentences were there. So, this is the third feature. And fourth, just now we have read the story of Zimbabwe. The exercise of this choice leads to a government limited by basic rules of the constitution and citizens' right. The rulers should also be limited or controlled by constitution, and they should also respect the rights of the citizens. So these four features are very important, and the other way of asking question can be why Saudi Arabia cannot be called a proper democracy till 2015, it was having some problem. Why Zimbabwe cannot be called proper democracy. So with these features, these points, you have to write the answer. Clear? Next topic is the arguments in favor and against democracy. Generally, when people are asked that whether democracy is good or not, there may be some people who think democracy is very good, others may not think it is very good. So the arguments against democracy: first, leaders keep on changing in democracy. This leads to instability. After every 5 years there will be election, and sometime before that also elections are there, midterm election, etc. So the leaders keep on changing, and this lead to instability. A particular leader started a policy, the next leader may change that policy. Second, there is no scope for morality. Which government is good, which is again and again been elected. So there is no scope for morality, whether it is doing good or not. That is only about power play. Democracy means power play. Who is winning election, that is important. So this thing is also one negative factor about democracy. Next, delay in decision making. If any rule has to be changed or a new rule they want to apply, bill has to be passed. First, it need to be passed in Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, and if it is a major change in the constitution, 50% of the state assembly should also pass. So it will delay the decision. It may take few months to adopt any change in the system. So there is delay in decision making. This is also one negative factor. In a dictatorship, whatever the dictator thinks correct will be taken as the decision. In next chapters, you will be reading about Hitler. Whatever Hitler said was the rule. He was able to rule by decree. He need not to consult parliament. But in democracy, there is a proper procedure, and this leads to delay in decision making. Then, elected leaders do not know the best interest of the people. There are certain jokes that whenever the leaders are making policy on poverty, most of the leaders are those leaders who do not actually know what is poverty. They are ultra rich people, and how they can imagine, or they can think of the condition of a poor farmer living in a remote rural area. They are having no idea. So this is one problem, that elected leaders do not know what is the real interest of the people. They have been elected by some good reason, and they are making the policies. So this is one drawback of democracy, that the leaders actually don't know what is the need or requirement of the people, because they have not faced such problems. Next, democracy leads to corruption. This all of us know that corruption is one of essential feature kind. People say that corruption is essential feature of democracy because it is quite common. It should be changed, but we have to agree that there is corruption in most of the democracies. Next is, ordinary people do not know what is good for them, and they should not decide anything. Generally in class I say that there are people who saying that there are corrupt people being elected. Yeah, those who are having criminal cases on them and are being elected as member of parliament or MLA. It is not the leaders who are wrong. These are the people who are wrong, because people have elected them. If I know that this particular leader, this candidate is not good, and if still I am voting for him, that means I am wrong. As a voter, I am wrong. It is not the leader, person who is contesting election is wrong. So, the last feature argument says that people actually do not know what is good for them. Many times people vote for a reason which is not a very good reason, because he belongs to a particular group, so I will vote him. So this is wrong. Clear? So these are the arguments against democracy. Clear?